Recently, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson portrayed Black Adam in a theatrical motion picture from DC, and the film was a lot of fun. But have you ever wondered, could Black Adam take on Goku? How does Black Adam, both from the movie and from the comics, fare against Dragon Ball's incredibly strong main character, Goku? On this video, we're going to give you the definitive answer as far as who would win this battle. If you enjoy my content here on YouTube, check me out over on Twitch and give me a follow at twitch.tv/BigDGeekdom101. There I stream video games, new and old, as well as sometimes even host watch parties of classic Dragon Ball episodes while giving you commentary and tidbits. It's a fun time had by all. Once again, that's twitch.tv/BigDGeekdom101. Go check me out and give me a follow. So today we're discussing, can Goku defeat Black Adam? And in the recent theatrical film, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson played Black Adam in that movie and showed an incredible amount of power. But like oftentimes happens with movie adaptations from comics, they very often depower or decrease the power of what these characters can really do. I've done videos in the past about Thanos and Darkseid and other characters that are made a little more palatable for the movie audience. But in the comics, these guys are monsters. So let me introduce and welcome back to the channel Chuck, who's going to be discussing this with me. First of all, bro, how are you doing, and what did you think about the Black Adam movie?
Hey man, doing pretty good. Thanks for having me on here. So I thought that the Black Adam movie was pretty good. I thought it had really good action. Honestly, I think Dr. Fate stole majority of the show, but I think The Rock blew it out of the water with how he portrayed Black Adam's like ruthlessness. And I thought it was a pretty good movie overall. Probably better than all of MCU Phase 4 so far. Except maybe
No Way Home.
Yeah, except maybe that. But like, I would say it's definitely high up there for me.
And Loki was a lot of fun too. But like always, bro, we talked about this. The Black Adam. So first, let's start with the movie. Goku versus Black Adam. Now, we're going to be taking Goku from the closest point that we have him now, which is probably sometime after the Granola arc. He's got true Ultra Instinct. He's training with Whis and Vegeta still. We haven't really seen Goku at his max yet, even though I think people think that we have. I think that Goku will progressively get stronger as long as Super is continuing, and it is continuing. So let's just start right there. Goku against movie Black Adam. What do you think?
I literally one-shots him, speed blitzes him. Like, it's not, like, literally just his aura alone would kill the whole DCEU characters, like, just by existing. Like, he wouldn't even have to do anything, honestly.
So you're telling me that Goku from Dragon Ball Super, or even, is it even before Super, he would wipe out all these movie DC characters?
Yeah, like, I would even argue that Kid Goku could do it as well. I mean, because he has, like, faster-than-light reaction times, and he can destroy the moon, right? So, stuff like that.
I mean, and he broke the manga panel. That's a big one.
So that was huge too. Yeah,
I think some people are going to be shocked to hear you say that. But here's where things become interesting: is in the comics, Black Adam, very old character. He kind of came back after many years. He was a villain at first, and he kind of became somewhat of an anti-hero, like how he was in the film. Yeah. He was like one of Shazam's biggest threats at one point, and Shazam himself is powerful, the original Captain Marvel. But how do you think comic Black Adam would do? What are some of his biggest feats, and how do you think he would wager against Goku from the Granola arc, let's just say?
Yeah, so one thing with Black Adam and like some metahuman characters like Superman and stuff like that, like, when they're, like, fighting, they're not gonna be, like, blowing up planets or, like, destroying the universe, you know, like over and over again, right? But they do have stuff on that level. For example, post-Crisis Superman, when he fought Golden Age Superman, who was, like, an older one, when they were clashing, they were, like, kind of doing something similar like Beerus and Goku were doing. They're, like, affecting the universes that they were fighting in. So they do have universal attack potency for sure. So you might think, oh, like, Black Adam doesn't have, like, multiversal stuff, right? Which, you know, you could argue for, but I think that the main things that Black Adam has is, like, his hacks resistance or ability resistances, and also his speed and his stamina. So for one, he's able to, like, one-shot Amazo, and Amazo is basically like a Moro type of character. Like, he can replicate the abilities of characters that he fights.
Like OG-7-3 style.
Yeah, basically like that. And he can, like, he basically has, like, the speed of the Flash, the heat vision, and the power of Superman, and he's been able to, like, fight the Justice League several times. And Black Adam literally just one-shots him like that, like nothing.
So you're saying Black Adam one-shot Superman?
I mean, he could, potentially, depending on how you argue it. I think it's a really close fight, but the point is, like, he can fight people who can give trouble to the Justice League, for sure. He's also, like, kept Dr. Fate off of him, and Dr. Fate has a lot of, like, soul-like abilities, like matter manipulation and, like, mind manipulation, and Black Adam was able to shrug it off just through his sheer willpower and, like, just insane resistances. And,
and I actually want to say real quick that movie Dr. Fate, it was awesome seeing Pierce Brosnan in the role, but that was probably the most depowered I've seen of almost any DC character, because Dr. Fate ain't no joke, bro. Like, this dude is tippy top with the stuff he can do. And the movie, I mean, he was old and he may have been holding back, but the movie did kind of, decrease his power. But in the comics, whole different story. But we can probably do a Dr. Fate versus Dragon Ball video later on. But you're saying that Black Adam can just shrug it off because of his sheer willpower. So mind games are not going to work on Black Adam. It's got to be combat.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, he's also, like, battled with Superboy Prime, and Superboy Prime is so fast that it took, like, 3 flashes to trap him in the Speed Force. And just one flash alone is able to travel, like, to the end of time, and, like, they can literally move through time by just moving really fast, which is a speed that Goku and Dragon Ball Z and Super characters do not have. So for some speed feats in Dragon Ball, like in Z, for example, in the filler, the one where Goku is crossing from the Grand Kai's planet all the way down to Hell, and it is said in the Daizenshu 4, I believe, that basically the afterlife is a higher dimensional, like, structure, and it is said that the living universe is infinite. So if this macrocosm contains an infinite structure, it would imply that it is an even higher dimensional structure as well. It'll be infinite as well. And Goku basically traveled an infinite distance, right, in a couple of minutes or whatever. And that's just in base before he even has Super Saiyan 2 in the Buu Saga. So infinite speed is really good for him. Like, that would actually help him keep up with like the lower ends and mid ends of Black Adam's speed. But once you get into, like, the stuff, like when Black Adam is basically fighting Jay Garrick, who's a Flash that, as I said, can literally travel through time just by moving really fast. Black Adam can do that. He can also fight with Shazam and Superman, who, for example, with Shazam, he was able to, like, basically move between atoms to go back in time. That is a speed that we have not seen canon Dragon Ball characters do. So I think that the main gist of things of how this battle would go is that Goku would have more attack potency, or like a raw power, but Black Adam would have the speed for sure, and he would also have much better resistances.
What about instantaneous movement? The instant transmission, as they call it in the dub. That's instant. That's supposed to be much faster than light. Goku implementing that technique in the battle, I think, might give him an edge, because if he can instantaneously move and sort of like use that technique quick enough to punch and attack Black Adam all over. Because the big feat that I remember is when Jiren... And this was stated in Dragon Ball Super, when Jiren fought Hit, and Vado said that Jiren is so powerful, he was able to break the laws of time and space when Hit used the time cage. Which to me is sort of like Super's version of the Flash is using the Flash Force to trap Black Adam. So to me, I mean, it might not be as fast, but similar idea. So to me, you have UI Goku able to defeat Jiren, or at least knock him down. Obviously, UI Goku in the Granola arc is faster and better, so... Could the instantaneous movement not, and Ultra Instinct not at least even it up, in your opinion?
Possibly, but there have been post-crisis characters like Supergirl who could move. I think it was post-crisis Supergirl or New 52. I might have to go back in that note, but I do recall that many post-crisis characters have showcased feats where, like, they do stuff in an instant as well. And, for example, they've also been able to fight in places that are beyond in between the space-time itself. So they should have movement beyond linear time anyways. I really don't think that the instant transmission would really help much in this case. And also, for the whole thing with like, Jiren being beyond time, it likely means that they are beyond like time-based abilities, like depending on, the level of power that they're facing. I don't think it necessarily means that they can, as I said, travel back or move through time like through pure speed alone, right? Like that's different. Like that's like
I don't think Jiren can do that.
Yeah.
Which that would be something if he could. I feel like with the rules of Dragon Ball, even though Goku has beyond speed of light abilities, we've never actually had a situation in Dragon Ball where a character has been able to reverse time, like what we saw, for example, in Superman 1, the movie in 1978, where he went back in time and reversed the rotation of the Earth. I mean, that was a beautiful sequence in the film, but it's not something that it's not something we really see that often in Dragon Ball at all. I think Hit is just a good measuring stick when it comes to that because of his time-based abilities, But again, it's not the same thing. Goku can't just run fast and reverse time. We haven't seen that yet, so we assume he can.
Yeah, so I would say that's probably like what Black Adam has the most going for him is the speed. And also like just for like his another like potential win con that I was thinking at the time was like the Hakai technique, right? Cuz that destroys like your body, your soul and your mind.
Right,
However, Black Adam has resisted attacks that can attack on that level. Like he's resisted Martian Manhunter, and Martian Manhunter like his mind abilities work on a soul-based level as well. And Martian Manhunter has been able to like mind hacks the Justice League, Mr. Mixie Pitalik, and stuff like old gods as well that reside in the God Sphere. And he's also been able to tap into the mind of Superboy Prime, who has really insane like mental resistances. So like theoretically, even if Goku is like the Hakai, it would likely not work on Black Adam. I think he would be able to resist it as well. So I think that generally speaking, I think Black Adam would take it against Super Goku. Probably low difficulty, honestly. Maybe middle, maybe middle difficulty if you really want to give Goku like a lot of leeway.
Is Black Adam the kind of guy who will kind of hold back like what Goku does and then show his real power?
Well, like
I didn't think he
Black
was.
Adam, Black Adam has held back before, but he's mostly like a Superman that's like bloodlusted. That's basically he's out there for blood. Like he's out there to fuck things up,
He's always come off like somebody who's like, okay, I'm going to get the job done. I'm not going to mess around.
Yeah.
Whereas Goku enjoys the thrill of battle. So I feel like if they fought just based on philosophies, Goku might be trying to have a competitive fight with him, and Black Adam might just finish him off, and that's it, bro. Yeah, because Black Adam does not enjoy... He might have bloodlust, but he doesn't enjoy like strategic combat like Goku does. Now, my next question to you is, what about Dragon Ball Heroes Online Goku? We're talking about Capsule Corp or Zeno Goku, which, in case you guys don't know, Dragon Ball Heroes characters, if you were to count
overpowered.
Yeah, exactly. Even people like King Vegeta, Zeno King Vegeta is like supposedly equal to Beerus. Like people don't understand. In Dragon Ball Heroes and in Online, if you count it relative to Dragon Ball Z, GT, the manga, or whatever's been out like manga or anime, it's not even close. They completely overpower them to the point where it doesn't even make sense. So what about that fight?
Yeah, so just for like a scaling reference, like I will be like touching up more on my Xenoverse scaling because there is like newer cosmology, so I will be updating that. But for example, like in the Daizenshu, as I said, it does say that the afterlife is a higher dimensional structure, so you can argue it's fifth dimensional. And then there's a crack of time, and it's a time scrolls, I should say, that hold these timelines together. And then there's the time crystals, which you could argue is an even larger dimensional structure, so sixth dimensional. And basically, like Goku, like before he even has Super Saiyan Blue, this is like after Battle of Gods, I believe. He fights Demigra, and he endures an attack that was gonna wipe out the infinite multiverse, right? You could say on like a fifth to sixth dimensional scale, which is pretty impressive, right? And then when Goku is in Super Saiyan 3, I believe, with a time patroller, they are endangering the crack of time, and they were gonna wipe it out as well. And remember, that is Goku before he even has Super Saiyan Blue, before he even fights Goku Black or Hit or Jiren has Ultra Instinct. So they're like easily it's like this term called complex multiversal, which is basically being able to destroy something that is higher than fifth dimensional. So they're easily high complex multiversal, like in Xenoverse and Heroes. And they easily have speed that can keep up with majority of what Black Adam has. I wouldn't say that he can keep up entirely, but definitely to an extent, because for example, Demigra, he is stated to be beyond time and space, and these characters can move like across timelines just by moving really fast. Also through gameplay mechanics as well, we see like your mentor, like you could even have Krillin like literally show up out of nowhere, fly to where you are in another timeline. So they are that fast in the games. So you can argue that with that speed, Xeno Goku or Capsule Corp Goku could keep up with Black Adam, I would say. But
the games have no rules in many ways.
Yeah, and I would actually say that like the biggest win con for Xeno Goku would be like his hacks. Like they have really crazy abilities where like they can basically like nullify like an opponent's stamina. They can like decrease it. They can also passively increase like their hidden chance and the chance of their opponent being able to hit them. And they can also even steal their opponent's stats. So you can argue that Goku's possible win con is that he could steal Black Adam's stats and stuff like that to like, you know, help him, you know,
even
become
the
stronger.
odds.
Yeah. But the thing is, Black Adam has insane hack resistance, as I said, like, you know, being able to resist Dr. Fate, who has literally fought the Spectre before. And as I say, like with Martian Manhunter has been able to affect like Mr. Mxyzptlk and old gods and stuff like that, which can be scaled to being way higher than Complex Multiversal. So if you want to take Black Adam's feats at his highest, I think he would wash even Xenoverse Goku. But I think that a more consistent or average Black Adam would have trouble with him, and he could lose. But I would say that generally, I think Black Adam takes it in most scenarios. That's what
most scenarios, yeah. But it wouldn't necessarily, based on what you said, because we talked about the one-shotting. It's possible, but you're not 100% sold that Black Adam would one-shot Goku?
Well, if it's like in character, I think he would one shot him. If it's like the Super Goku against Xenoverse, I think he would have trouble one shotting. But
right, okay,
yeah.
Fair enough. Mm-hmm. So basically, like always, man, comic book characters are always so beyond movies. Like the movies are fun to watch, and sometimes we get great feats in them. But they always do it just because it's hard for fans of movies, like just average moviegoers, to understand this omniversal, complex, multiversal stuff. That's something that's more so for the nerds that, no offense, but it's for us who read the comics and who like that kind of stuff. Portraying that kind of stuff in movies takes away the drama. Like when Thanos gets the Infinity Gauntlet, nobody can stop him. But in the movies, like he can be stopped and he can be, you know, challenged, like what Doctor Strange did. But in the comics, not quite. So, and Doctor Strange himself is also more powerful in the comics. So there's always going to be something. Everybody check out Chuck's channel. I will leave a link down below. Thank you so much for stopping by here, man.
Yeah, dude, anytime, dude. Thank you for having me on, and I hope that, you know, kind of shed some light on how strong, like, DC characters are, you know, because there's a lot of insane stuff in the comics that you might not know about. Like, the speed metas and the higher dimensional metas, they do get pretty crazy. And as I said, like, there is more cosmology to explore for Xenoverse and Heroes, which I would like to get
changes
into
every year.
Yeah,
it changes every year. That'll be a video on your channel,
crazy.
Right?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, we will link to his channel. Go subscribe if you have not, and check out all the content over there. Thanks again. Take care. We'll see you in the next one.